Hi, welcome to a video of my flea market finds for Saturday, September 14th and Sunday, September 15th, 2024. First purchase I made at one table. The guy had some records, so I got this M.A.R.R record. I'll switch to French here. Ça c'est Love Me Please Love Me, je l'avais pas encore, mais il s'avère que c'est juste un cover de M.A.R.R.S, qui est pas bien bon pour les quelques secondes que j'ai écouté. Puis justement, en parlant de quelques secondes, j'ai vérifié la qualité du son des autres chansons qui sont un best-of, loin d'ici, loin de la ville, aimes-tu la vie comme moi. Puis le son il est j'étais très déçu, mais en tout cas ça me le prenait là, parce que j'ai pas mal toutes les M.A.R.R. Mais avec celui-là, je pense que je les ai toutes. With this one, I think I have all of M.A.R.R.'s records, although this one was a disappointment. I got 245s with that. So everything was $3, so $2 for this and 50 cents each. Les scarabées, puisque tu m'as quitté et non jamais, l'habit ne fait pas le moine, Michel Como, et quitte l'autre pour moi, $67.70. The same seller had this in one of his boxes of stuff, and I offered 25 cents for the bag. He said, "Oh, you can have it for free." I said, "Yay!" So Radio Shack closed many years ago here in Canada, and I collect a few rare bags of defunct stores, so I was glad to pick that up. Second purchase was from a nice lady who was selling clean things because she sold her her chalet, and it was all nicely folded. It wasn't like this. I found this beautiful blanket, soft, and all with the bed sheet here, matching bed sheet. Said, yeah. I smelled it because when I get something used like that, I smell it to make sure it doesn't smell like mothballs or something like that. She said, and it smelled good. So I said, how much for the blanket? Oh, it's $3 for the set. Sold. I was so happy. Like she was. Sometimes people just rent once a location at the flea market to do a yard sale, a garage sale, so they're not dealers. So sometimes you have to look for garage sales mixed up with dealers selling stuff, so you get good prices. Then I splurged on some more pricey records from the same seller who sold me dollar records, 11 records for $10 a few weeks ago. This time he didn't bring any $1 record, but he brought some $10 records. I got 4. He made me a price for $35. But one of them is a bad purchase. The 3 others, really happy with them. I love Randy Bachman. He's my. Every time I see Randy Bachman's name on a record that I don't have, I pick it up. Like I have the Iron Horse LP, and of course I'm trying to get all of Bachman Turner Overdrive's albums. I'm not missing many. I'm not sure which one I don't have yet, but I'm not missing many. Anyway, and I need a few upgrades as well. So this is Axe, Randy Bachman, US pressing. It's in fine shape except for the stupid demo, I don't know how to pronounce that thing that you would punch words or text on a piece of hard plastic with a sticky side. These ruin record covers, like don't even try to remove them, it's pointless. I'll make a tear and have to mark it out with a black marker. It will make a mess, so I'll leave it like that. Anyway. It turns out it's an instrumental album, but for the few seconds I've played just to check the quality, the condition of the record, it played so well. It sounded awesome. And US pressing. This one also a US pressing. Rufus Size by Rufus featuring Shaka Khan, although that's the one I want to find is Rags to Rufus because of Tell Me Something Good. But I knew this would be the next one I would want after finding Rags to Rufus, so I'm not stupid, I bought it right away. It's also a US pressing. I've checked it and it sounds awesome. Came out the same year as Rags to Rufus anyways, 74. This is a Canadian pressing. Herbie Hancock, Man Child. Same kind of thing happened here, where the one I want to find is Headhunters, which I still don't have, shamefully. And but this one is 1975. It's a sorry, but the records we can't see the back of the sleeves. I've checked it, plays well, and it also sounds awesome. This is a bad purchase because of the condition. I saw some scuff on the B side. I told him. He said, "Yeah, that's why it's 10. Otherwise, it would be way more." He's right. Everybody wants this record. So that's my turn to discover. I don't even know this album. Okay, and turns out the A side, because I've only played the snippets to check the condition. The A side plays okay. A little bit of popcorn here and there, nothing serious. And the second song sounds so great with the flute. Oh my god, can't wait to play the whole thing. But the B side it starts with a 12-minute song, a very very low volume song, and it has a hairline scratch that at least 2 minutes long, maybe 3 probably, and it's a little bit warped, and it makes an audible bump, a rumble. So yeah, I wish I had left it behind and waited for a better copy, no matter what price. I hate buying. It's one thing to buy a placeholder, but $10 for a placeholder, well, it comes to $8.75 when you calculate because I got the 4 records for $35. Another splurge I made and at another table were these cute boxes of either 8mm or Super 8 film. These are like usually 3 minutes long. Bambi Falls in Love, The Three Stooges. It says Idle Rumors, but here it says Eye Doctors, so I haven't checked them yet. Kiddie Movie, I mean Laurel and Hardy in Flying Elephants. These 3 are in black and white. These 2 are 8mm. I think that one, yeah, that one is Super 8. California Bound, W.C. Fields. So I thought they were interesting and fun. Makes a nice little series of film. This one I was disappointed when I just pulled it out and saw that it was all red, so the colors are gone on this. These are black and white. And they were $5 each. I tried to get a deal on if I took all 4, and I managed by like twisting his arm a little bit and saying I would pay him the exact amount. I offered $18. He said, "Oh, okay," because he tried to sell them for 10. He never sold them, of course, for 10. And so yeah, it comes to $4.50 each. But when I wanted to try one yesterday, my last working projector, I realized it didn't work anymore. So right now I have 3 broken projectors, nothing to play them on except for a little editor / viewer thing. But the fun is to play it on the wall of your white wall in your house like this. So yeah, I have to fix my projector. My basement is too damp and I'm ruining everything I own, like that's electric. Like I ruined VCRs. Well, no, not VCRs. I ruined all my reel-to-reels are gone. Probably fixable, but by whom? I have to find somebody. What else doesn't? My projectors. That's enough. Like enough stuff that stopped working. Let's move on to more interesting stuff. On another table, the guy had a whole bunch of 80s CDs. I'm more into 60s and 70s, but I picked up for $1 here Go-Go's collection behind the music. So I just realized, I hope this is a bit. Oh yeah, okay, original. Because I thought that, when I saw VH1, I was hoping it would not be like a live version. No, this is a best of 17 tracks. Got this for $1. Well, I was with a friend there, and he kept going. So while checking the CDs, I browsed really fast. So I checked a second time. Instead of just waiting, and I missed that one in my first go through. And Cyndi Lauper, The Body Acoustic. I know I don't have this, so I picked that for $1. So I got those 2 CDs. At another table, actually, going back to the guy who sold me these, he had CDs I should have checked more carefully, but it was my first run, and my goal was to try to see all the vinyl records, so there was no way. I never checked CDs on my first run of the flea market, but I should have, because he had some good CDs. So they were $2 each, I think, or 3 for $5. Is that correct? I think it is. Yeah, 3 CDs, $5. So I took these 3 here. We have Dire Straits. I couldn't remember if I had it or not on CD. So I decided to buy it. I'm really confused about Dire Straits in terms of what I have on CD and what I have on vinyl, what I'm missing. I don't remember. I'm all confused. Yeah, so I have to sort out my stuff. Hazel Atkins, Out to Hunch. And I vaguely remember a working buddy brought this to work when I used to work in animation post-production, and oh my god, many years ago, late 1990s, early 2000s. And I remember he brought this to work, and I played it. It was interesting, so I took it, and a Ringo Starr album that I don't have, so that's 1998. For fun, he's a Beatle after all. And again, while the other guy, my friend, was checking stuff, I kept looking, and I at first I wanted to get this Jack Scott compilation, 14 tracks with Save My Soul, which I have on a scratchy beat up 45, and I'm hoping to find it on 78 one day. But I didn't like the label, Hallmark. What is that? So I was afraid it would sound like crap, and he convinced me, no, it sounds good. So I took it and I played Save My Soul yesterday. Yeah, I'm glad I picked this up. He was right. So I got this for $2. And was that it yesterday? Let me see, I want to make sure I don't mix up the 2 days. Yeah, that was it for Saturday the 14th. Then today, Sunday the 15th, on my driving there at 6:30 a.m. crossing the bridge, I saw over a river, looking down the bridge, again at the same location that I saw a few weeks ago, a great I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Une grande aigrette in French, in English would be a great egret. Look it up. There's not that many big birds like that in Quebec, but it's pretty impressive to see one in person. And of course, both days I had a whole bunch of cobra chickens flying over me. I love cobra chickens. It's my second favorite bird after the white stork. Anyway, first purchase. Oh yeah, I just arrived, like not even 2 minutes into walking into the lanes. Boom! I was so stoked. I collect Steinberg stuff. Steinberg was an important, large grocery store chain in Quebec that lasted many decades. Was a big institution in Quebec. It shut down in the 1990s after the passing of Sam Steinberg, and the two daughters who inherited the company fought against each other, and it caused the collapse of the company. But these were put on the conveyor wheels, bringing the you would put the grocery bags here, the employees would, and they would roll them onto the conveyors, and that would go to the takeout for where you would take your car and outside and just pick up your bags from they would put them in your trunk. So this is old. This is pretty old, considering the stores closed in roughly 1992. Yeah, these are between 30-40 years old, probably more, 40s. A kid had fun with a Sharpie on it, but heck, it's so rare. Made in Canada. So I threw at him shut up and take my money almost kind of attitude. He said $20. Yuck. I didn't hesitate. Here's your $20. Then I got oh yeah, some guy had a box that he got from some two French people who traveled a lot. A whole box. I went through them. There were a whole lot of maps and stuff. I picked out these two maps that I found interesting. Atlantic Provinces, because it has Texaco on it. You see, there was a Texaco 2 streets away from where I grew up. It's long gone. We don't have any Texaco here in Quebec anymore. So seeing that logo brings back a lot of memories. So I forgot that I already probably have one map with Texaco on it, and they went everywhere, and they had some German maps. So I took this one because it says Autobahn, and of course Autobahn is a freeway there, and it reminds me of Kraftwerk. But yep. It's 1981, I think it says. Yep, 1981. So I got this, but there was a whole bunch of them. So I got the two for $1. Yeah. Some guy had a lot of old stuff that everybody was going like taking. Mostly rare games and stuff. He had an old display of the batteries, and it wasn't full, but it had several batteries, and he had one from my childhood. Not that I bought these commonly, but when I was a kid I had a cassette recorder, a big Stin cassette recorder, and I wanted to have fun playing it with batteries so I could take it everywhere while I was recording. It was wild in my head. This was the mid-70s, you know, and my parents didn't like wasting money on batteries, but eventually my mom did buy me 4 C batteries just like this one, with exactly like that, with the cat red thing. You see, this is all rusty, and I think it lasted like 1 cassette and a half, and then the batteries started going dead, and I was so pissed off. So it's not even a fun memory, but it's a memory nonetheless. And I used to call them never ready, with a little N here. So he had 2 of those in this display. I convinced him to, because at first he said no, it goes in the display that I want to sell. We said yeah, but they're all different, but this one you have 2 of them. So of course I picked the cleaner one. And he said, well, okay, but you won't like the price. Name your price. $5. That's what I wanted to pay. I had almost had my $5 ready in hand. So I got this long dead battery for $5, but it's a piece of my childhood. He also had a stupid little game, Haiku, called Haiku. It was still sealed, but it caught some water damage. It's not a game that I really played much with anyway, so I left it there. I didn't even ask how much it was. I have enough stuff. I saw another cool thing I saw at another seller's table was a Simon, you know, the round thing with the 4 colors in its box. It's big with the box. So, I resisted the temptation to buy one. I never had one, never played it, but I know what it is, and I was proud of myself. I didn't even ask how much it was, and I resisted the temptation. Alright, so after the battery, $5 battery, yeah, I got this, way too practical to leave behind. A plastic folding table. Sorry for making it was like that, and I looked at it, oh, that could be very useful, like kind of plastic. It was $5. And I was looking at it, I've asked the seller, the nice lady, no, I'm not sure. Does it collapse? Can you close it? She says yes. She struggled with it. That's why I didn't bother snapping it back just for the video. And yeah, and when she showed me how to flatten it up to close it like that when you don't use it, I said sold. Gave her $5. I love finding practical things for way cheaper than what you would pay at the store normally. After that $5 folding table, I got it's right after that table I saw the Simon game that I didn't buy. Then I got 78. I don't know, I felt like splurging. The Playmates, it's not Beep Beep, but one side is Don't Go Home, the other side is Can't You Get It Through Your Head. That side, Can't You, has a chip on the edge. It lasts for a few turns. Otherwise it plays okay. The other side doesn't have any chip. It's perfect. It plays well, perfect, not mint, but he said 3. I turned around. He said, how much you want to pay? Well, $2. Okay, $2. I'll take it for 2. So I got this for $2, and then I found something again, that I left behind the previous day, that I kind of regretted once I got home because it was $2. But the lady was there again today, and I offered $1. She said yes. So a second spare copy of a 45. I bought one the year it came out. The only song I bought new in 1987. I was 19 years old. I was studying at the Cégep, and I worked at Consumer Distributing. Anyway, Pump Up the Volume by M.A.R.S. And I only have my one copy that if I take it out to play it, I would only allow myself to play it on my high-end turntable to keep it mint, like I haven't worn it out too much, even if I played it a lot, because I put it on the tape back then. So I like the idea of having a spare copy I could put on a regular turntable, like this Technics SLD202. No? So I was happy to get it for $1. Because there's several mixes of this song, because there's all kinds of samples, and apparently they had some copyright issues with the clearance of copyrights for certain countries and certain samples. This one, I think, is probably the first version, because you hear Wolfman Jack in it. Well, it's hard to say, but that's the only version I like. And it's nowhere to be found on YouTube. Don't even look, unless somebody recently put it up. I haven't checked recently, but every time I had this, I felt like listening to this song. I don't have access to all my records downstairs right now. It's a mess. So it's never on YouTube. And I do have the 12-inch. I don't like any of the versions on the 12-inch as much as I like this original 4 minutes and 6 second version. Played it really loud earlier. And that's it. That's my weekend. So thank you for watching.